Welcome everybody, I'm Jon Goetz, owner of Grappling Gardens. So our farm was, I guess, a very unique startup. It was like a hobby farm in college. So I was an engineering student and we didn't have a lot of heavy equipment, so we had like an old 1954 Ford Jubilee and a field cultivator. So that was about it. That's all the heavy equipment we had. So then we started doing our garlic at that time. My dad really was like, oh, let's do something else fun. Let's do some honeybees. So then we did that. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. So then a couple years later, we got into maple syrup making. We do a little bit of pickling on our garlic as well. They're called pickled scapes. And then at one point, we're like, well, let's just do something crazy. Let's plant pumpkins. And then also we became a pumpkin farm. So the origin story of farming, all right, from engineering to farming, a lot of people shook their head a little bit. But it's one of those cool things where I started a passion for farming. My grandpa grew up on the farm and then bought it off of his parents. So I've always heard that story and I thought it was fantastic. You know, I always wanted to go back to some kind of farming or some kind of gardening. My dad always had a big garden and we just kind of grew Grappling Gardens from there.
Jon's optimism and just his hard work ethic is contagious. It's impossible to be around him and not have a great attitude, and you're always having a good time. He definitely loves what he does, and if he doesn't love what he's doing, he is not afraid to take the jump into something new.
The keys to success that I feel are really helpful to me is building a system. You might have a great product, but if you don't have the people around you that are even between workers and a community and everything like that, it's really hard to like build anything up. I mean, a lot of our workers are actually high school wrestlers that I've coached in the past that just want to help out. They want to learn a little bit about farming. There's certain weekends that are set up in which we give back 10% of the proceeds to different wrestling communities. They get an opportunity in which they have a place that their entire team can hang out. And honestly, giving them a place to hang out and also giving those proceeds is probably like some of the most fun weekends that we have.
Once I saw the GroundBreaker nomination email, I read it and literally thought that it was Jon to a T. Size of your farm, you're doing new and groundbreaking techniques, obviously, but also wanting to be within the community and giving back to the community, and he checks every single one of those boxes, and so I knew I needed to at least try.
A groundbreaker is someone who's forging new paths. They're taking on the challenges with a positive mindset, and that's especially what I think of. You know, when I think of Jon, he's a groundbreaker because he's doing something different and he's successful at it and he's passionate about it and he's gonna figure out a way.
I was really surprised. Typically Jamie doesn't call me, so I was like, I don't know why she's calling me. I was like, uh-oh, did I do something wrong? But it was funny because like I don't do it to get like credit like for it. So it's like we just do it because that's what I want to do. It's not like about like, oh, well, we're trying to do all these things because it's like a show. It's like, no, I just really enjoy what we do because I feel as though it helps a lot of people.
It's very important that Compeer supports our groundbreakers because farming is a tough industry to get into. It's very expensive from the inputs, the capital needs, that sort of thing. You know, Jon comes from generations of small hobbyist farmers, but he's making it his own. And so it's really cool to be able to support someone who's truly passionate about this industry and educating consumers about what agriculture is and how it can benefit them.
The amount of people that you are able to like positively affect in your life is like a huge deal, and I think that that's what I shoot for almost every day, is just try to get as many people to have a positive experience with me as possible.